Okay, so here we are, and we've got the speaker that comes in the 57 Champ. And this is the speaker I usually replace it with. They're both designed by Ted Weber. This one's designed by Weber, but it's built by somebody else. And so it basically uses cheaper parts, a quicker way of assembling it, different types of glues, but is a Weber design. This one's made in the USA by Weber at Weber, and so it's a built-to-order speaker. In some ways, there's some distinct similarities here. They've got similar sizes of magnets, similar voice coil sizes, but there's a real difference in the way they sound, and particularly the difference comes from the cone. So let me turn over the Fender speaker. The Fender speaker here, it is what's known as a smooth cone, and that's because all of this is smooth. There's no ribs. You've got a single fold surround here. And what happens in a smooth cone is that because there aren't any ribs, it doesn't add stiffness to the cone, and the cone breaks up really easily. That may sound like a good thing, but what it also means is that you don't get very much detail to the sound, and when it does break up, the breakup isn't well controlled. And so what happens is you get a very kind of fuzzy, fizzy, out of control sound with a speaker of this sort. It's a speaker that works really well for harmonica because of that. The harmonica doesn't have very much low end, and so it doesn't make the speaker flub out as much. But for guitar applications, I often find it's really easy to overwhelm the speaker and make it sound distorted, but not necessarily in a good way distorted. So let's look at the other speaker. The other speaker, as you can see, has just a totally different sort of cone. You've got a two-fold surround here, and then you've got multiple ribs. You'll also notice that this one is a seamed cone, which means that it's glued along this seam here. So it's a pretty thin cone, so it still breaks up fairly easily, but the ribs make the breakup a little bit more controlled. There's a little bit more of there's a rounder sound to the breakup, and it doesn't sound quite as fizzy. You still get plenty of breakup. This is the style of cone that you would have seen on any vintage Champ. The Oxford ADV, which was a really common speaker, and many of the Jensen speakers that came in those amps, they basically had this style of cone. So this is much closer to the kind of cone you'd see in an actual 57 Champ. And the difference in sound is quite large. Pretty much everyone who tries this speaker after trying the stock speaker finds this speaker to be quite superior. Unfortunately, with the 57 Champ, very few speakers fit in it. It's extremely narrow cabinet, and this really is the best choice, and it's why we upgrade the speaker. Okay, thank you for watching.